Shalom, shalom.
Hold on, my child. I love you, but you didn't go too far. Answer me how you made it to work for free today. And you don't have a running car. Oh, you're always completely angel. But this time, you didn't cross the line. Sitting around throwing dirt upon my character.
Shalom. Sirach, shalom.
Using the same breath that's mine. Father, right. I crossed the line. Always got something to say.
Shalom, shalom.
The right thing. It's you that I need. Even in my hardest times, you provide for me. Even the words that I'm saying,
Good, never.
it's coming to me as I say it, and I ain't playing.
Shalom, shalom. Hit the like button. Spread the word for anybody else who may need the word tonight.
You bless me with words. Thank you for all.
Order this like button.
Healing me in the midst of all the burns. Father, wherever you go, I wanna come to.
Shalom, shalom, family.
Abba, wherever you go, higher and desire, I wanna come to. Yeah. Take me wherever you go. Lift me up, yeah. Let my spirit still up. Take me wherever you go. Lift me up when I'm low. I owe it all to you. Yeah. I owe it all to you. 'Cause that's what you deserve. I owe it all to you. Oh, 'cause that's what you deserve. You deserve me. And I will climb the tallest mountain for you. Oh, and I will build most beautiful fountain that I can
With these hands. Yeah.
but I pray you mold me to what you want me to be. And I'm willingly gonna be a living sacrifice for me.
I'll pray to the Most High. Give some time for the people to get in.
Yeah.
All right, all right. All praise to the Most High, the creator of the heavens, the earth, seas, and everything that's in them, or the Father of lights, the Ancient of Days, the Holy One of Israel, um, the power and authority of the Hebrews, the Israelites, the sons and daughters of Jacob, the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, all together. Blessed be his name forever and his people and all the sincere believers forevermore. Tonight, family, we want to talk about a continuation of the last discussion we had through the week, talking about the different spirits that'll be recognizable or what'll be running rampant throughout the earth in the last days, as we read in 2 Timothy 3, where it says, perilous times shall come. And it give a list of the different type of mannerisms and behaviors that mankind will have. So we want to recognize these spirits, be able to identify them and know how to deal with them. So that's why we're going over this. But before we get into the message, I want to share something. I do want to say all praise to the Most High. Thank you sincerely to the brothers and sisters that's been donating, giving for, the food drive that we'll have in February, supporting by means of monetary and even those giving items, to be given out to the less fortunate or the poor, as the Bible put it. So thank you all. May it be returned to y'all, prayer now shaking together and running over. Thank you for the support, even just for the ministry all together. Bless y'all's households. Something else I did want to talk about too. Oh yeah, I want to address this. A brother brought me on, to be a part of his ministry. I do want to make mention of that. Truth wear attire. Truth wear attire. Check them out, for righteous garments. Garments that minister, apparel that ministers. So as we dress, we coming out of the matrix, we detaching from Babylon by every means and way that we possibly can. Through the music, of course, through the language, the study, as well as the apparel. So check that out. War Beads still, able to be purchased with Brother Gideon. You can send the information or any request or order that you may have, the children of the prophets, 144@gmail.com for War Beads, as well as Zeets, some other things that he got working right now as well. All right. Y'all ready to go? Somebody give me a con. Let me know that the audio is good. Let me know that the visual is good. All praise to the Most High. All right, family. So, let's get this 2 Timothy 3, nephew. 2 Timothy 3:1. And while he getting it, I do want to share this. Something that comes to mind about the spirit of covetousness or people being covetous altogether. In my lifetime, family, different situations occurring where people will be covetous towards me. You know what I mean? In the sense that, or what's embedded within their spirit is jealousy. All right. People will see, the house or the way, that I dress, or even my family. And this is not to blow the horn or lift myself up or my family up in any kind of way. It's the blessing of the Most High. But they will see where we live, and immediately sometimes it would create a discomfort in people. Not because we make them feel uncomfortable, but because they say, well, I'm not used to this. I haven't been exposed to this or haven't seen this. All right. Not knowing that within the past, I come from a time where when I was a child, or when my sister LaPonia, when she was a child, my pops, he had to steal out the store in order to feed us. All right, so we come from the projects. You know what I mean? I come from a place where, the lights get cut out. You got to have candles in the house, because when the lights get disconnected, you know what I'm saying, you got to have some type of way for something to illuminate the path of where you're going. All right, syrup sandwiches, sugar bread. You know what I mean? That's where we come from. know what I mean? But people don't know they're part of the past, so they only see where we at now, and then they gain that mindset to say, I want that. But it's not in the manner to say you want it in a righteous manner. You want it in a way to where you thinking to take it, or you have some type of jealousy or ulterior motive behind it. We didn't ask for this. You know what I mean? Nobody did. It's just the path that the Most High laid, and we buckled down with it. So saying all that to say, family, people see you with things, and it don't even have to be material possessions. You know what I mean? It can be your body frame, the way you shape, the way you speak. You know what I mean? Just the things that you know. People will covet that and want that and have a mindset that some people even want to hurt you for those things. Like I said, jealousy being embedded in covetousness. All right, so let's get this 2 Timothy 3:1, Nephew. We're gonna get into it.
This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous.
All right, hold it right there. Men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous. I said, in the last days, perilous times gonna come. And this how men gonna be acting. This how the people gonna be moving, men and women alike. Say they gonna be covetous. All right, so what does it mean to covet? Because the root word of covetousness or covetous is covet. All right, so I get a Google definition of it. Covet. And it says yearn to possess or have something. Yearn to possess or have something. All right, so you got a strong desire to acquire something. All right, but let's go further though. Let's go further into the origin of that word. All right, it says the origin of it is Latin, coming from cupiditas. Old French and English, that's what it came to. But it comes from or is based on the Latin cupiditas. Cupiditas, forgive me, which it comes from this word here.
Cupidity.
Cupidity. All right. And what does it say cupidity is? Let me put it in your face. Cupidity, greed for money or possessions. Cupidity, greed for money or possessions. All right, so covetousness comes with a form of greed. All right, you got the part, get this Sirach 14:9. Sirach 14:9. Look, hit the like button if you learn something, or you can hit the dislike button. You know, if anybody been keeping up all this time, y'all know it don't really matter to me. But I'm just saying it so that we can, anybody who may need to hear the word on this second day, at this hour, could be a blessing to them. Preferably is a blessing to you. You got that? All right, go ahead with it.
A covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion.
All right, a covetous man's eye is not satisfied with what?
With his portion.
With his portion. So you will end up, you got the people who covetous, they'll have these things. They'll have the house. They'll have a vehicle. They'll have the clothing. They'll have a nice job. They'll have the world and still won't be satisfied because they have a covetous spirit. I said a covetous man is not satisfied with his portion. Is that it? A covetous man is not satisfied with his portion. All right, so that means you will have this and you still want more. That still didn't satisfy you. All right, so let's get something else on it. Go to Exodus 20. Let's go to the Big 10. The Big 10 about it. So it was a commandment given to us. The Most High said, this is one of the spirits we shouldn't have. This is something we shouldn't be expressing or have it a part of our behavior. All right. Said he will not be satisfied with his portion.
You said Exodus 10?
Exodus 20. Oh, yeah, it was more on this. I'll read it, though. You got it. It says, this Sirach 14:9. It says, a covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion, and the iniquity of the wicked drive up his soul. All right. Exodus 20 and 17.
Okay, so
Come on.
thou shalt not covet.
Hold up. Thou shalt not covet. The Most High commanded us. He said, you shall not covet. Go ahead.
Thy neighbor's house.
Thy neighbor's house. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife,
Mm-hmm.
nor his manservant,
Nor his manservant or his wife. Go ahead.
nor his maidservant,
His maidservant, his female, the woman that works for him, or the man that works for him. Go ahead.
nor his ox,
His ox, what he uses to drive and be productive in his life. Go ahead.
nor his ass,
Mm-hmm.
nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Nor anything that is thy neighbor's. The Most said, thou shalt not do that. That's a part of the Big 10 family. Said, don't covet what your neighbor have. Give me Deuteronomy 5. All right, so understand, to covet is to desire, but it's a wicked desire. You desire. Why would you want your neighbor's wife or husband for that matter? Why would you want your neighbor's place of habitation? You know what I'm saying? It's okay to, like I said, to desire that thing in a righteous manner. Like I was talking with nephew about it before. You know what I mean? You see somebody with something that's nice and you say, man, I like that. I want that too. I want that for myself. I pray the Most High bless me with that, or make way for me to also have that, or be like that. All right, that's in the righteous field. But in the case where you got someone that say, man, I want that. I want what he got. I want what she got. Matter of fact, the first chance they turn their back, I'm going to take that. I'm going to steal that. I'm going to get that from them. All right, and even on the thievery, I'm going to get some on that too, because I know you have gang sales and they said, well, what about your pops? You said he stole when you were younger. I'll deal with that in a minute. All right, Deuteronomy 5. Let me help you out a little bit. Deuteronomy 5, I want 21.
All right.
So in Deuteronomy, we get the law or the Big 10 reiterated. Well, all together, y'all, the law, we get it reiterated. We get a double portion, a reminder of what was given to us in Exodus and throughout Leviticus and Numbers. Go ahead, Saint.
All right. Neither shalt thou desire thy neighbor's wife.
Neither shalt thou desire your neighbor's wife. Go ahead.
Neither shalt thou covet thy neighbor's house,
Okay.
his field, or his manservant, or his maidservant, his ox, or his ass, or anything that is thy neighbor's.
Or anything that is thy neighbor's. And a lot of these people who covetous, right? They'll want what we have or want what you have, or you might want with this person, and you're not even capable of sustaining that blessing. You might even pollute that blessing. And that's the reason why you wouldn't have it. But it said, thou shalt not covet or desire your neighbor's wife or anything that is thy neighbor's. Because when you're doing it, what are you not doing? You're not looking to the Most High to say, Father, bless me with it. You're not looking to him to provide you with those things. And like I said, within that, wanting it with that wicked eye, you start gaining that spirit or a desire of you have jealousy, you have envy, you end up having the competition spirit in you or emulation, wanting to try to compete with people. You know what I mean? A lot of times, these folks don't even know you competing with them. And within the covetousness, it's a slickness because it's within you trying to be, it's secretive. That's wicked. All right. So let me give Proverbs 6. Proverbs 6 and 30. Help you out. Let me shout out there. Yo, Proverbs 6 and 30. Shalom, shalom, family. Day why? Shalom, shalom, saint. Maurice Thomas. I praise Elohim every day. Sirach. It's just immediate. Nature's Bloom 33. Shalom. And all the others who's looking on, who haven't commented or hit the like button or whatever. Bless y'all. I pray that thus far, from Shabbat, that the week has been prosperous, has been blessed, and the Most High's favor has been on y'all. I pray, living in these perilous times. Humble Bro 1, Shalom, saint.
You said Proverbs what?
6 and 30. Make sure you give them the book, chapter, and verse.
All right. Proverbs 6 and 30.
Mm-hmm.
Men do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his soul when he is hungry.
All right. Men don't despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his soul when he's hungry. If he not just stealing just to be stealing, people are okay, I understand it, man. The brother was in hard times, man. The brother really was struggling. He was trying his best, or she was trying her best. You know what I'm saying? That's what the best thing that they could come up with. You know what I'm saying? So in that case, so like
1 9 0 1 8 7 1.
Okay. Come on, Salakia. But yeah, you know, if you having to steal something because it's like the last result that you got, you know what I mean? You didn't exhaust it all of your options. And now this is where you at. Like, man, I'm finna have to take a risk. I'm finna make a risk or take a risk just to acquire some of these things that I need, my necessities. I don't want to do this. You know what I mean? But I'll go ahead and do it that I may eat. Say, men don't despise that, man. It's understandable. But that's not to say that it's okay, but it's understandable. Go ahead, read that again, Saint.
All right. Men do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his soul when he is hungry.
When he is hungry, go ahead.
But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house.
Okay, so but if he is found stealing, the Most High gave you how to reprimand or rectify the situation. That person's supposed to give back sevenfold of whatever they took. Whatever was taken, you have to return sevenfold, multiply it by 7. So I go in this store and I want to, you know, I'm thirsty. Let me steal this Gatorade or whatever. You know, if I get caught with that, I need to pay them folk back 7 Gatorades. That's what I'm gonna have to give back, that portion, or at least the monetary value of what it was. I go ahead and finish that verse out.
All right. But whoso committeth adultery with a, what is I supposed to read that?
Come on, you read that.
All right, but whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding.
All right, so look at that too, family. It said, but whoso committeth adultery, lack of understanding. We just came from the law. We just came from Torah, where it told us, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Look how they closely, you know, together. You know what I'm saying? That within that thing. I said, if you do that, you don't have understanding. And we know, according to Psalm 111 and 10, those that do the commandments have a good understanding. All right, so it's the flip side of it. All right, let's go to Sirach 10, though. Sirach 10, because within that covetousness is also linked to the behavior, a portion of it from people being lovers of themselves in one case. In another case, you got others being boastful, and by no means, even in, you know, me sharing, you know, a little of my background, it is nothing to be boasting about. There's nothing to be glorying in. Everything gonna be destroyed. You know, I even been in a position where I'm like, man, what do I even need to be trying to do certain things because I know this kingdom is finished. You know, I know it's over. You know, but saying all that to say, some people, they use that as a state to inspire people to be covetous. You know, those who weak-minded. What you got? All right, go ahead. Sirach 10 and 9. Let's get that with you.
All right. Sirach chapter 10, verse 9.
Hold up, Nephew. Get yourself. You know what I'm saying? People want to hear you clear too.
All right.
You got really the most important part is being a reader because you quoting the words out the book. So whatever you need to do, you know what I mean, to adjust yourself to be comfortable, do so.
All right. Sirach chapter 10, verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud?
Why is earth and ashes proud? Why are you proud? You made of dust, man. The Most High made you from the ground of the earth. What you proud about? Why you so full of pride? Go ahead.
There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
It's not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. Why? Because when we linked that with Sirach 14:9, said a covetous man is not satisfied with his portion because their desire want what you got, want your position, want what you have. Guess what? Those people will be willing to set you up, man, to cross you out. You know what I mean? It'll be a Judas spirit within her. I don't believe that he's or she's capable of actually, you know what I mean, maintaining that position of what they have. They don't deserve that. I deserve that. So let me turn them in. Let me set them up. I remember in school something so wicked. I don't know if I shared, before. This is in high school though, man. You had a guy, and the Most High had blessed him with a comical spirit. Sometimes we call them class clowns, but nonetheless, be funny. All right, so in this case, we talking about the senior trip. One of the other students say, hey, when we go out of town, hey, let's put something in so-and-so drink. You know what I'm saying? To make him lose his mind. I'm sitting there looking like, man, how wicked can you be to think like that? You know what I'm saying? We in high school. But the portion of it, because this man, like, he wanted to be the one in the front making the people laugh. He was coveting the gift of the next man. And there's a big problem within the nation, man. We coveting, wickedly desiring somebody else's gift. You ain't even took time to nurture and cultivate your own gift of what's in you. You don't even appreciate what the Father giving you. But yet it is, here you are, looking at the next person saying they ain't doing it right. Oh, he ain't saying it right. She ain't doing it like I would do. I know. Because you probably would destroy it. We got more on it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead, Ken.
For such an one set his own soul to sell.
For such an one set their own soul to sell. All right, we see this through the industry, left to right, actors and actresses. The rappers, a lot of these, the athletes, these folks selling their soul, man, because they say, I want that. I want what dude got. I want to be in the light like that. I want everybody to know my name. I want everybody to see me. And if you're thinking like that, you want people to see you, to hear you, and know your name, you're not saying that you want the people to see and know the Most High, man. Big problem. Big problem. I said, such a one who covers it, you're not satisfied with what you got. Man, you will sell your soul to get that. And then what like within the industry, folks said you got to kill your best friend just to get $1 million contract. And it can, guess what? It's a recording contract that it's not even your money. You got to pay that back. Wicked, man, but the foolishness of it. These people get fooled by these spirits. You know what I mean? You getting to see, but again, fam, we're going over this so that you will be able to recognize people who like this. And a lot of times they'll swing in there and try to be slick and throw it out there and say like, oh, man, I can outdo you in this. Or this should have been mine. Man, you don't deserve that, man. Or they might just come straight out and say, I'm jealous. I want that. Or you might catch them. You might catch this person eyeing your wife. You might catch this person eyeing your husband, your children. And then a lot of times it turns to this. Anytime you say something, they got a problem with, they trying to correct you because they say, oh, no. You don't know what you're talking about. I need to be the one speaking. I know I got all the answers. Go ahead, Saint. Is more on it? Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Because while he liveth, mm-hmm. he casteth away his bowels.
Mm. Right. Because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. Let's see. Keep reading, because I wanted to get something else on that pride too while we at it.
Mm-hmm. Cut off a long disease.
The physician cut off a long disease. He got the skill. He know what needs to be given or prescribed for that person to be healed. Go ahead, Saint.
And he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die.
All right, the person is a king. Listen, and this goes into it. While you coveting after this person's position, all us gotta die, man. All us gotta go to the judge. So today he's a king. Today they're in a seat of authority or renown. But tomorrow that person might not even be there. Likewise yourself. Go ahead, Ham, or family.
All right. For when a man is dead, he shall inherit creeping things, beasts and worms.
Go ahead.
The beginning of pride is when one departs from the Most High.
All right. The beginning of pride is when one departeth from the Most High. Go ahead, Saint.
And his heart is turned away from his maker.
So pride, having that pride, loving yourself, being boastful, that's the beginning of you separating from the Most High. Same spirit Satan had. Listen, and they all tie in together. Go ahead, Saint.
All right. For pride is the beginning of sin.
Go ahead.
And he that hath it shall pour out abomination. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly.
So, come, that's what I want on there. Go to Psalm 10. Brought upon them strange calamities with their pride. But we're talking about covetousness. Being covetous. That these people, they gonna want, wickedly desiring what you have, having greed, never satisfied with the portion that they have, always seeking to get this and get their hands just gotta stay full. That means you really don't have Thanksgiving. You really don't have, and I ain't talking about the pagan holiday. You really don't have Thanksgiving for the Most High. You really don't appreciate what the Most High didn't bless you with. All right, Psalm, go ahead with Psalm 10. Psalm 10, verse 3.
Psalms chapter 10, verse 3. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth.
All right, and the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire. But he said this same person that do that, said he blesseth the covetous person, who the Most High hate. So this is why the Most High hate a covetous person. He hate that. Understand it. Let that digest in your spirit. He hate covetous people. That ain't that, or is that not the same Bible you read, or that the people read? All right, Judah the Lion said, a poor man that's proud, the Most High hates. Con. Yeah, con. Shalom to you too, King. Say he hate a covetous person, man. Go to Proverbs 28. So when what is the thing that, or the benefit of us hating covetousness? Let's get it out the book. Let's see what it say if we hate covetousness. You got it? Go ahead with it.
Proverbs. You want to start at chapter 1?
28, verse 16.
Okay. Verse 16. All right. Proverbs chapter 28, verse 16. The prince that wanteth understanding is also a great oppressor, but he that hateth covetousness shall prolong his days.
All right, but the one that hates covetousness shall what?
Prolong his days.
Shall extend his life. When you hate it because you content with what you got. Listen, it's this same spirit of covetousness. Like I said earlier, make people, they say, well, you know what? This ain't enough. I need some more. So, but I see what he got. I see what she got. And I got children. And I got all the responsibilities. Let me go and try to run up in their house and take something. It's the covetous spirit that's embedded in robbery. In the like, understand this, man? We like, okay, listen, the Father blessed me with those things that I need. The necessities that, you know what I mean, that are fit for me to live and survive. I'm cool with what he lay on my plate. But everybody don't have that mindset. All right, go to Micah. Micah chapter 2. No, it's in here. Micah chapter 2. Micah chapter 2, saints. Shalom. Wesley Green. All praise to the Most High. Bless y'all tonight, those who come in later on or whenever. Again, I pray y'all's week. I pray y'all week has been blessed thus far, man. Need a little help?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. All righty. Gonna get to Micah, family. Let's see. It is a small book. There we go. Micah chapter 2. Start with verse 1.
All right. Woe to them that devise iniquity.
Woe to you, destruction, to you that devise iniquity. And like we talking about with the robbery thing, a lot of time that thing is plotted up. You've been watching their house. They've been watching you. They've been watching how you move. Even when we not paying attention to the people who had this type of spirit, they looking. It said, woe to the person that devise iniquity. Go ahead, Saint.
Evil upon their beds.
And work evil upon their bed. They go to sleep thinking about this thing, y'all. They go to sleep planning how to cut you off or how to get what you got. Some, like I said, even if we talking about, those who are married, they go to sleep. Some of the people coming around the convocation, man, just to try to see your wife, to see your husband. That's the only reason they really coming. They not even coming for the Most High. They coming to see that. Wicked, man. Go ahead, Saint.
When the morning is light, they practice it.
They practice it. Soon daybreak, they ready to go put their plan into motion. Go ahead, Saint.
Because it is in the power of their hand.
It's in the power of their hand. They can do that. The Most High ain't gonna stop them. He don't make none of us robots. You got a choice. You got free choice, not free will. Go ahead, King.
And they covet fields and take them by violence.
And they covet fields and they take them by what?
Violence.
And they take them by violence. They say, I see that portion. I want that. That's the same spirit that who had? When the people were driven by Satan to say, listen, man, we coming over here, even though it was at the allowing of the Father, they said, we discovered America, but the people are already inhabiting the land. So they cover fields and they take it by violence. The same spirit and mindset. Read that part again.
And they covet fields and take them by violence.
They covet fields and they take them by violence. So they ain't coming in peace. They not coming asking. They not coming saying, man, this is brutal. I like what you got going on here. Can I be a part of it? They not coming like that. They saying, I like what you got. I'm coming to take it. So what manner of person ought we to be? If we feed our spirit, if we practicing what we read in this book, being cognizant and keeping the commandments in the faith, understanding the discernment increase. Well, the Most High reveal that spirit to you. As all the spirits that we're going to try to nail them. Indeed, Saint, the spirit of Cain. Is more on it. Go ahead with it.
And houses.
Go ahead.
And take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily. For this time is evil. All
right, that's all I want on it. But it said that he oppress a man and his heritage and his household. So not only you, your children targets too. All right, look, these things that's been coveted. Our heritage as Israelites, as the chosen people of the Most High God. Wanting what we have, wanting the essence that he's sown in our spirits. So much so that they cut us off and kill us. So much so that they putting formaldehyde and lead all in the waters. They spraying the chemtrails. All this time, they cranking up their CERN too. They still doing that. They putting poison all in our clothes, in our children, in the undergarments, family. Because they said, we want that position that Jacob got. We want that position that Israel is supposed to hold within the kingdom. We feel that we worthy and not him. Or not them. Go ahead, Saint. No, matter of fact, I'm go to Luke chapter 12. Luke 12. Yeah, but the covetous spirit, the people being covetous. You even got people being they in competition, man. I made mention of it, but if we talking about competition for souls, family, the only competition for a soul should be the enemy, the adversary, Hashatan. That's the only competition, not the next brother or sister. If they doing the will of the Father and the works of the Father, like Hamashiach told them, he said, let them alone. Let them be. And I know it's a little more, it's different perspectives that can go in on it as far as, some of the people teaching the wrong stuff. But I'm not talking about, I'm talking about surface level. If they trying to draw the people onto Hamashiach, they telling the people to keep the commandments, let them know about these prophecies that we living through. You know what I'm saying? Let them alone. Go to what you got, Luke 12 and 15.
All right. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
He said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness.
Take heed and beware of what?
Covetousness.
First thing he's saying. Take heed and beware. Understand, be mindful of your surroundings. Be mindful of your neighbor. Be mindful of the people and the things and the mannerisms that, that people have. Said, beware of covetous. You yourself too. Don't you be looking on what your neighbor got. And then you have low self-esteem. That's another spirit that come in. People having low self-esteem or doubt in themselves. They'll say that themselves. They say they're not worthy. So they get to looking at other people's portion. They say, man, I don't deserve this, or I don't know, man. I just don't feel like I'm good enough. You know what I'm saying? And then get to looking at what somebody else got going. Said, beware of covetousness. Go ahead, Saint.
All right. For a man's life consists of night in the abundance of the things which he possesseth.
All right, because a man's life does not consist, you not upheld your survival, your living, or your welfare is not totally based on what you have. You sustained by the Most High, and forth the decree every morning and continuous throughout the day and night to say, let him or her live. Said, man won't live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High God. All right, so man's, you know what I'm saying, your living situation, all of this stuff got to go. Look into the history of the Hamites with the Egyptians. These people get buried in lavish, luxurious caskets, tombs. That's what the pyramids are. And they get buried, you know what I'm saying, with all these jewels and rubies and gold. None of that stuff ain't going with you. Not even the skin you in is going with you. Your soul is what's going to be translated or transferred. Your spirit, rather. So that's the thing. That's more of the focus, family. That's what we should be having our mind states or focus. That's what should take preeminence and priority. All right, we get and we have, like I said in Ecclesiastes, you tell you, y'all live. You know what I'm saying? Live and enjoy the possession that you've been given. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of the portion that only portion that man has been given in his life because it's wicked. So yeah, you gain, but don't allow it to become an idol. Don't allow it to become a point where you trying to tear other people down, therefore provoking the covetousness. Like I'm talking about, you got rappers. You got the rappers, what they do. Look at what I got. Look at this. They flashing it all in the camera. And what does that lead to? Now you wonder why you getting robbed, why you got robbed for your chain. Why you get killed over some money that wasn't even yours. It was fake money in the video. You know what I'm saying? You getting killed about a car that you was renting. It's not even your car. You shooting videos in the house that ain't even yours. And you lose your life behind it because you put it out. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be moving with discretion. Discretion, man. But if the Most High called that thing to be sounded abroad, then so be it. But the industry, they not dealing with the Most High. They God is Satan, Lucifer, the dark kingdom. All right, you have more on that?
Mhm.
Go ahead with it.
And he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully.
Mm-hmm.
And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my fruits.
Mm.
And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there I will bestow all my